Hey, what's up everyone? Caddac here again, and today we're going to be going over gifts under $100. If you want to see the gifts under $50 or the gifts under $25, I've created a playlist. I will link it down in the description below. Without further ado, let's hop into gifts under $100. Now the first gift is perfect for anybody that has a computer. It can be even an old laptop, but a SSD is a huge upgrade, probably one of the most significant upgrades for older computers, especially if they're using all hard disks. They're very easy to swap into laptops and old computers. You can mount them anywhere, and you can get about a terabyte for just under $100. Oftentimes these go on sale for even cheaper, but regular price they're right about $100. The MX500 is a great option. I have a couple of them in my computers. Very, very, very good. And again, one of the most significant, cheap upgrades that you can put into any computer. Now, as I mentioned in the first video, I have upgraded my TV bias lights from a strip. What I upgraded them to is actually bias bars. And these ones are by Govee. They are awesome. They are a lot brighter than what the strips used to be. They give me a lot more options. I really, really like them. They have a second version that actually has a camera on the top that will look at your screen and it will display the lights behind it to kind of match what's on the display. That is awesome. I haven't tried those. I only have the basic versions, but they are really, really nice. Bias lights are really great for reducing strain on your eyes. They add a little bit more character to a room. I really like having them behind me in my videos and on my streams, and they're a great option for anybody that has a TV or even on their monitors. You can slap these things on, although they're a little bit bigger than the LED strips. Now, in terms of audio, you can get some really great open back headphones. The SHP 9500s from Philips are an incredible option under $100. They have a detachable 3.5mm jack, which means that you can put a boom microphone into your headphones and you can turn it into a headset for still under $100 if you use the V-Motor Boom Pro, for example. That basically brings the combination of the two right to $100. An insanely good option. I've recommended this to tons of people. They really enjoy it. And the headphones themselves are great for gaming, music, content, anything that you want to use them for. Really allows a lot more flexibility. They sound better than most of your typical gaming headsets. And them being open back allows them to be a little bit more airy, not suffocate your ears as much, and have that wide open sound space. Now, if you do want a game focused headset, you can get a wireless one on sale, usually below $100. The G533 can typically be found below $100, even as low as $80. It's a great option and probably one of the only ones worth recommending under $100. If you want a wired headset, however, you have a lot more options. You have something like the HyperX Cloud Alpha, which is a great headphone. I have the Cloud 2s, which are really comfortable. One of the best parts about the HyperX line of cloud headphones is that their comfort is fantastic and incredible. They're very soft, they're very light. They have a great clamping force. They're just a really good headphone, and their microphone is pretty good for their price as well. Often considered one of the best budget headsets is the Razer Black Shark V2X. They're a great headphone. They're extremely light. I'm personally not a big fan of their fit, but that's just because I have a big head and I'm very warm, and I get pretty warm in these. But for their price, the microphone is fantastic. Sound quality is good. Noise isolation is great if that's what you want. And they're a great price. You can usually find them even under $50 on sale. Another great wired option is the Fnatic React headphones. These seem very similar and based off of the HyperX Cloud line. They are a very FPS focused headphones. Their sound profile really focuses on the mids and highs, which makes them really crunchy, but it makes it a lot better for picking up footsteps and other sounds when playing competitive games. The Logitech G433 is another great headphone. Stylistically, they look very nice. They have a detachable cable, which is awesome. The microphone is pretty decent. They're very comfortable. You have a lot of EQ settings within Logitech's G Hub. A great headphone. Typically, they're right at the $100 price point, but you can usually find them on sale quite a bit below that as well. And finally, the HyperX Cloud Alpha S. These are typically over $100, but you can often find them on sale around $80. a great upgrade. They have the USB into your computer instead of using the 3.5mm jack. Gives you a little bit more length and a little bit more control. I actually use that portion of the cable for a lot of other things and using my headphones on other devices, like the little makeshift headset I made for my work calls. Now, in terms of wireless mice, you actually get some really great options under $100. You can get the G703, which is based on the G403, which is considered one of the best built mice by Logitech. It's got a great sensor, it's got great battery life, so if the person you're gifting to likes playing a lot of games, this is a great option. But if the person that you're gifting likes being a little bit more productive, if they do video editing, a lot of Excel work, photo editing, something like the MX Master 3 would actually be a better option. I am a fan of the MX Master mice. I have a whole bunch of them. I use them for everything. They're a great mouse. I have the original, but the MX Master 3 just improves on that. If you watched any YouTuber do a studio walkthrough and they show you their editing station, almost all of them use the MX Master. It is an incredible mouse. Being wireless, the battery life lasts forever. You get a lot of great functions on it. The sideways scroll wheel is super useful when using timelines. Just overall, a great mouse, great build, and it's under $100. Now for wired mice, the Corsair Saber RGB Pro is a great option, probably one of the better ones under $100 from the big brands. Very comfortable fit, very good form factor, good sensor, all that kind of stuff. If you do want to go ultralight, however, there are quite a few options here. The Glorious model line is fantastic and all for under $100. I have the Glorious Model D that I use as my daily driver gaming mouse. I love it. This is a fantastic mouse. I originally have the Model O, but it was a little bit too small for my hands. I really like the form factor of the Model D. And you can even get the wireless versions of these for under $100. So if that's the kind of route that you want to take and you want to use ultralight mice, great options. You have a lot of color options there, and they're a great built mouse. Now, controllers can also be a great gift, whether they play on the console or they play on PC. I use my controller a lot for things like racing games and adventure games. Controllers are just a great option for input, and they allow you for a lot of different control instead of using a keyboard and mouse. Xbox controllers can often be had under $60. The DualSense controllers for the PS5, I don't often see those going on sale very much. They just released all the new colors for about $75. The regular one is about $70, so those are also good options. I personally prefer the form factor of an Xbox controller, and you get a ton more color options when you go with the Xbox side. But the DualSense is also a great option. You get a lot of really good features on it, and they both work really well with Windows. Now, keyboards, this is where you can get into the entry-level mechanical keyboard section, and you do have a lot of really good options. For wireless, you can get the Keychron K2. It is a great wireless keyboard. You can actually get the aluminum version. I don't have the aluminum version here, but you can get the aluminum version for under $100, which really makes the keyboard feel a lot more solid. Helps reduce the amount of clackiness that you get out of it. A great option, wireless, wired, Windows, Mac, works for both. A very well-built keyboard, highly suggested for its price point. If the person you're buying for would prefer a 60% keyboard, you can get them the AN Pro 2. It is completely wireless as well. You can use it wired, wireless. A great mechanical keyboard. This is usually the entry point for a lot of people who get into the mechanical keyboard space. Really well-built keyboards, and they work really well. Now, if the person you're gifting for has a hard time deciding on what switches they want or want the option to be able to switch switches over time, you can get them a nice wired hot swappable keyboard like the RK61. This is a great option. I personally really enjoy the fact that hot swappable is becoming more popular. I really enjoy trying different switches out. I've tried a lot of switches that I never would have tried if I didn't have a hot swappable keyboard before. These are awesome options. It comes in black and white. This is a really good, well-built keyboard. And if you want to just get them a good 10 keyless keyboard that a lot of the pro FPS players use, the HyperX Alloy FPS Pro is a great choice. You can often find it under $100. It comes with lots of different switch types, and you know, the HyperX brand just makes some really good quality products for a good price. Nice thing about all of these keyboards is that you do get a lot of switch options with them. So depending on if you want to do more typing or more gaming or you want a hybrid, you have those options there for you. Other than the HyperX, you get more than 4 options of switches. So keep that in mind. And if you don't know what kind of switch you need, feel free to leave a comment in the section below and I can help you out. Another great gift idea for anyone really is an e-reader. Now my e-reader specifically is over the $100 point, but Kobo and Kindle both have sub $100 options out there. They have backlights built in, which allows you to read them at night, which is really, really nice. Personally, I like reading right before I go to bed. It helps me fall asleep. It helps calm my mind down before I, get ready to go to bed. And this really helps promote me to read a little bit more. I used to read a lot as a kid, and recently I haven't been reading as much. So having this kind of pushes me to read a little bit more often. Super easy to load up books on here. I can rent them right from the library, which is awesome and really nice. Yeah, overall, great gift idea, an e-reader. Now, a great smart device under $100 is actually the Nest Hub, typically right at $100. You can often find it on sale for as low as $60. This is a really great option, something that I would usually put in a kitchen, for example. You can pull up videos, cooking videos while you're cooking. You can pull up a Netflix show while you're cooking. Just in general, a very good display to have while you're cooking stuff. If you need to switch or convert from, cups to ounces or whatever you need to do, the Nest Hub is a really great option for that. You can use it by your nightstand as a good clock. You can throw it in your living room. You get a lot of options with it. If you have a lot of the other Nest products, this is a really good item. And if the person you're gifting to has a lot of Nest products, this is a great item. And even if they don't, it's a really, really nice little display. They can use it for a lot of things. They can get really creative as to how they use it. And personally, for the sale price especially, it is a no-brainer great idea. And my final gift idea under $100, often even goes under $50, is a good large 40-ounce plus insulated water bottle. Now, giving someone a good water bottle promotes them to drink more water throughout the day. If you've ever watched any of my streams, you know that I probably go through 1 or 2 of these in a stream alone. I drink a lot of water. These are a great idea. I bring it camping. I bring it when I go out on hikes. I bring it when I'm just going out for the day. Insulated water bottles are incredible. You reduce the amount of waste that you create when using the one-use plastic bottles. These are a great option. They're typically between $30 and $70 depending on the size and the cap type and the brand, but you can often get them even under $50, especially when they're on sale. Really, really, really great option here, and I highly suggest you get this for someone if they don't have one. And that's it for gift ideas under $100. I hope you found this helpful, and if you did, I'd really appreciate if you like, subscribed. Come back tomorrow where I'm going to go over gifts below $200. Until then, stay safe out there. See you tomorrow.